What is the chakra that I need to heal so that I can materialize my dreams in this physical realm? Whether it is about money or growing your business or attracting that loving partner in your life, in this video I am going to give you the answer to that question. What chakra do you need to heal for you to materialize your dreams in this physical realm? My name is Tehesa Bojona, and I'm all about helping you effectively utilize your energy and tap into your energy field for faster manifesting and intentional creation in your life and or in your business. I love the topic of today's video, which chakra to heal for materializing in the physical realm, because this is something that in the past I have struggled, oh my god, so much with, and I actually hadn't realized back then what it was all about, right? So this is actually a little bit more complex than it may seem or it may appear. I have gotten this question so much from many of my clients when they first come to me, or many of the ladies that are in my Facebook group, or sometimes I get emails about this around this topic, right? So I am going to share my own experience with you here in the hopes that it will also help you. It is well known now that everything in our own reality and everything that we are experiencing is a reflection of our energetic condition, more specifically that it is a reflection of specific energy centers in our body. What does that mean? That means that if you are familiar with chakras at all, if you are familiar with energy centers in your body at all, you know that they kind of govern everything that is that they kind of govern everything that happens in your life, right? Meaning that if you have a certain condition or a certain blockage in a certain specific energy center, for example, it will be reflected in your work. It will be reflected in the way that you attract things in your life. It will be reflected in the way that you connect with your loved ones, or it will be reflected in the way that you express yourself, for example, right? For example, if you have deep blockage in your chest area, it will be very, very hard for you, even though you may not be aware of it. It will be very hard for you to truly feel connected to others, And even though you may say the words, I love you, for example, this blockage may have been caused by maybe some painful things that may have happened in your life, for example, in the past. And then it just keeps accumulating, and it creates blocks here in your chest. And that prevents you to actually be able, prevents you from being able to truly and deeply connect with certain people in your life. That's just one example. So now when it comes to our ability or your ability to realize your dream in the physical realm, let's let's digress a little bit about this, right? I just want to break it down for you. Because technically in your body, the energy center that is connected to the physical realm, I'll say the two energy centers that are connected to the physical realm are your first and your second chakra, right? Your first and your second chakras are the energy centers in your body that are connected to the physical realm. What does this mean? This means that if you have some sort of weakness or some sort of blockages in those areas of your body, in those energy centers in your body, that means that you will have a hard time materializing whatever it is that you've been dreaming about, whatever it is that you've been wanting to, even though you're dreaming about it, even though you're thinking about it, you have a hard time materializing it in the physical realm because you may have some, so because you have some blockage in your first and second chakra. Let me expand a little bit on this. All right, so and I'm going to tell you, right, you have to watch this video all the way to the end, because this is just the beginning of it. This is just the simplification of it, but there are other energy centers that come into play when it comes to you having the ability to materialize and physicalize your dreams in this realm, in this physical realm. So let's say, for example, right, this was my case. For so many years in my life, I had so many dreams. I have grandiose dreams, and I was in my head a lot, right? I was in my head a lot. I was daydreaming a lot, but for some reason, I couldn't materialize my dreams. No matter how hard I dreamed about them, no matter how much I thought about them, no matter how much I applied the law of attraction towards them, they just stayed like dreams, and you really like they just stayed in the dreamland. It wasn't until much later, when I started discovering this whole world of energy, that I realized what was the issue. The issue for me was that I was so not in, like, my first and second chakra were so depleted. My first and second chakra were so blocked by, for one reason or another. I think for me personally, I was trying to escape this world for one reason or another. I was trying to escape my physicality, right? Another reason I can think of right now was the type of information that I grew up with around sexuality, for example, because I grew up with that type of information, which was really that, it's not very empowering, really. I tried to avoid that subject at all costs, and I tried to ignore, I tried to really detach from that part of who I was, and for that reason, and there may be many other layers to this. Tell me if you've experienced this. For that reason, my first and second chakra were so weakened, right? Especially when it comes to sexuality, it was all about my first chakra. So like I was completely off-rooted, and completely, like, if you had seen me there, you'll have understood. Right now I can see myself back. I'm like, oh my God, you were so in La La Land, which meant I wasn't grounded at all. I was not grounded at all. I was like here all the time, and wasn't able to feel myself on the planet Earth, because I was trying to escape it so much all the time. And as a result, so some of the things that started happening in my life was I was having like frequent yeast infections all the time. This might be a sign that you may be experiencing, you may or you may not have experienced. For me, that was the extreme, was that I was daydreaming a lot. I couldn't focus at all. And then I was also having bladder infections, and lower back aches, and I feel like for me personally, it actually, that condition got even worse after I had kids, because I guess like it weakens that part of our body. As women, when we carry a baby, it kind of weakens that part of our body, and my condition even got worse after that. And so what I saw after having kids was that it became even harder for me to truly materialize the things that I wanted to materialize in the physical realm. But again, at the time, I couldn't connect it at all. And then eventually, as I started doing my, I met my teacher, and then I started learning more and more about energy, I realized how so ungrounded I was, and how so disconnected I was from my first and second chakra. So with that said, there are 3 energy centers really in your body that have to align for you to materialize anything in this physical realm, because there are 3 parts to what? To your ability, 3 parts to you being able to fully materialize all the things that you want to materialize in your life. So the first part is your 6th energy center, which is commonly known as your third eye center. And also that's the first part, right, which is where I personally was all the time, right? That part I had no problem with. I was daydreaming, I was visualizing, I was doing all these things all the time. This part I had no problem with whatsoever, right? So that is the first step, is choosing, and we're also aligning our information with our original information. What does this mean? This means that if you have some preconception about something that you want to create, a preconception that you keep thinking to yourself, this is not possible, only rich people can do this, or only white people can do this, or only people with blue eyes can do this, whatever information, limiting information that you may be carrying in the back of your head, if that is there and it's running and it's really guiding the way that you are taking action towards your goals and towards your vision, it will for sure kind of stop you from being able to materialize what it is that you want to materialize in the physical realm. So that part, that's the first part. The first part is the mind that we carry, the mind that is accompanying our choices, the choice that we made around what it is that we want to create. Make sense? Yeah. So the first step is the first energy center that has to be aligned with your intention is your 6th energy center, right? You're also known as your third eye. The second one is here, your 4th one. Your 4th one is really your ability to manage your emotions, right? This is your emotional intelligence. And if you know the law of attraction at all, if you're familiar with it at all, you know that when you are able to feel positive emotions in regards to something that you are creating, then that means, what that means is that you are in the right direction. You are well on your way of creating what it is that you want to create. But in the same token, if you are always feeling negative emotions around what it is that you want to create, that means that you are creating the complete opposite of what you want to create, the complete opposite of what it is that you want to create, right? So when you really recover, so what happens, right? A lot of the time, right, this is a little bit more complex, but I'll simplify it. A lot of the times the emotions that we feel around anything are related to our energy body, right? Also known as our fourth energy center. But the blockages that are created here are created from what? From the information that we carry, from some preconception that we may have around certain topics, for example. But so when we have blockages here and around a specific topic, about what it is that you want to create, for example, that means that no matter how hard we try, we are creating the complete opposite of what we want to create. Tell me if that makes sense to you in the comment section, right? This is how, for example, it may show itself up. For example, let's say, for example, I want to buy a car. Let's say, for example, I want to buy a particular car in my life, and then there's this person whom I've had like a fight with, or whom I've had like a misunderstanding with, and I feel a certain kind of way around the person, and then I find out that this person bought this exact same car that I am dreaming of buying for myself, of having in my life. And then when I see that, my heart just like tightens up. I become very jealous, or I become angry, or I don't, like I feel a certain kind of way around that. So what that does is that it's you telling the universe, well, I said I want that, but I really don't want that. So it creates confusion. That for sure will keep you from receiving what it is that you're asking. And then so the third energy center, even though earlier I mentioned the first and second, but the third that I'm going to mention one is focus on now is the second energy center, because number one, the second and the first are so connected that when you are able to accumulate enough energy in your second, naturally it heals the first one. So that's why I focus more on the second than the first. Basically, when that second is kind of like that second energy center is kind of like a container in your body for the energy that you need to attract things to you, right? For the energy that you need to become a magnet to all the things that you want to create and materialize it in the physical realm. The problem is so many of us are so depleted from that energy that no matter how much we know the law of attraction, no matter even like if we are emotionally open to receiving, if we are completely depleted from that energy in that container, then no matter how hard we try, we cannot materialize it. Which is why when I was in that condition and it showed itself up in my body as lots of yeast infections or bladder infections or lower backache or sometimes hemorrhoids or sometimes what else did I have, like being in my head, daydreaming all the time, having all these dreams and not being able to materialize them. It's all symptoms of being depleted in your lower abdomen, So there you have it for you. Like the simplest answer for this question is that and what was the question? Let me repeat the question to remind you. The question is, which energy center do I need to heal so that I can start materializing the things that I want to materializing my dreams in the physical realm? The simple answer will be start with your second energy center, because first, when you start fueling and you really like accumulate, the more energy you accumulate in that energy center, the more it actually you start feeling open to others. The more you can start opening this energy centers and also this one. But for truly you to be able to materialize your dreams in the physical realm, these three energy centers must be aligned for you to do this very, very powerfully, right? The sixth energy center, the fourth energy center, and the second energy center. So for me, when I started healing my second energy center, because like I said before, this was never an issue before for me, and for this I had developed it, I had healed a lot in my heart, even though it's still a work in progress. The one thing that had kept me for so long was that I was so outside, so disconnected from my first and my second. And the moment that I started really healing my second energy center, it became much easier for me to materialize. And I see this actually with most of my clients. A lot of my clients have this, and then once they start stabilizing their second energy center, everything starts unblocking, right? So what I have done is that I created, I have used, of course, in my courses with all my clients, I go deeper with them in sessions to open this up for them, but I want to share something with you. I want to share one exercise that can actually help you start opening up that second and healing that second energy center, and I created a quick video for you to share with you, and I'll put a link below this video for you to really access that you can fully and powerfully start materializing the dreams that you've had in your life for so long. That's it for me in this video. If you have recognized yourself in some of the symptoms that I have shared here in this video, please share with me below in the comment sections. In the comment section, I want to know, I want to hear about what you are experiencing in your life right now. What are you trying to create, and how is it manifesting itself? How is it showing up or not showing up in your life? Talk to you soon. Bye. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel by hitting the subscribe button right below this video, and also make sure that you hit the notification bell so that you are notified when I post videos just like this one. Bye.